Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Wolters World, and today we're in our Paris hotel bathroom because we're going to give you another travel day vlog. And this time, it's the whole family going. It's not just Jocelyn and I, because our other vlog of our travel day with just Jocelyn and I was actually very popular with our fans and wanted to see what it's like with the kids. Well, we're going to show you what it's like to leave from Paris, heading back home to the U.S. And so every time I fly, it's always important that you start with a shower so you're not the stinky traveler, okay? And yes, this is a Paris shower, so it's a bit snug for a huskier fellow like myself. But it's always important to do, and so here's our day of travel. It's 7:30 in the morning. We have an afternoon flight, so we'll probably try to do something in the morning for a little bit, and maybe film a couple videos before we go. But of course, it is Paris, and we have to start with breakfast. So, got to get those croissants and have a great day, and let's get started. So, obviously, it's pretty early in the morning, and I'm off to actually go grab some breakfast. The family voted unanimously that I should go out and get breakfast for everyone while they lie in bed a little bit longer. So I'm going to do that. We're actually going to head to my favorite little bakery here in Montmartre, where we always go and eat. And we usually stay in this district when we come here. And now it's kind of gotten to the point we've stayed here so much that it's like a second home. So we have our favorite restaurants, our favorite people to see, our favorite markets. So it's kind of a nice thing. But just going to have a relaxing day before we take off. But just want to give you the heads up that also that little tiny shower, since it's very tiny and I'm not so tiny, I kept bumping the little spigot thing, and yeah, it would go from like freezing cold to melting your skin off. So hey, hot water worked really well. Like, I am completely sanitized because, oh my gosh, that was super hot. Anyway, off to get some croissants. So we made it here. Don't worry, that's not spelled backwards in real life. This is actually just because I'm filming with the selfie camera. That's why it's actually backwards. So don't worry, but we're gonna head inside and grab some, but I don't want to film in there. I'll just give you a little bit of a taste of what you can get when you are in a patisserie or boulangerie or just a bakery in general here in Paris. So I've got my bag. I've got 4 croissants, 2 pain au chocolat, and I got some juice for €9.50. As our hotel had it, they said breakfast is €10 per person. So I'm like, wait a minute, €40 for the 4 of us to have breakfast, or I could spend $10 to get freshly made croissants and pain au chocolat. I think I'll go out to the bakery. And that's one thing you should really look at in general. That's one of the things we do to try to save money when we travel. We find the little things that might not be worth spending the money on and not doing them. So like breakfast at the hotel, if it has to be paid for, we never do that, okay? Because we know that we can go find a place out there and save some cash versus having a $16 buffet or a €10 buffet or something like that. So just have a heads up, especially if you're traveling with kids, because that's gonna add a lot on there. If your kid's only gonna have 1 egg and you're spending $15, man, you can buy a whole dozen of eggs and have them cook them for you, you know, if you're out, okay? So just have a heads up for that. But gonna drop these off with the family, and then I'm probably gonna go filming a few videos so we can get some stuff done before we go, because I always like to use our mornings up, because for those of you who don't know, when I do my filming, sometimes I'll do it while we're out and about, but a lot of times what I end up doing is actually I'll get up early in the morning like today, and they're still lying in bed and stuff like that, and then I'll go out and film 2 or 3 videos at a nice location, because then I get that done. So then when we go and do stuff during the day, I don't have to film all those things, because I just like to film, you know, the tripod up and film some stuff and talk to the camera, and then I'll film the other things while we're walking around, not spending the time not enjoying the destination while I'm filming. I just want to go film and then enjoy the destination as I go around during the day. Also, it really helps for us to really focus on talking to you, the viewer, versus me trying to be the cameraman holding this camera here now and trying to think of what I want to say and all those things. So that's one of the reasons why you see most of our videos are actually just me standing there with the tripod talking, okay? Because I just feel it works better that way. Anyway, a little inside thing for Wolters World. But anyway, walking back to the hotel now, because I would have guessed someone might want these, and one of those might be me. So I dropped off the croissants and the pain au chocolat, and they're doing very well, so I've come back out to film a few videos. If you ever wonder how it is when I film, I just have my tripod out here and my camera out there, and I just talk, and that's why people walk by and think I'm kind of crazy. We're here at Place d'Abbesse. So you got there, you can grab the metro here, because this is where we usually stop. We actually used to stay at an apartment right up that way, and this time we're actually in a hotel because it was a last minute kind of thing, but I'm sure Joss will talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, this is how it's gonna be. I put up the tripod, I stand there and talk, and people look at me like I'm crazy, like that lady just did. Like, why are you talking to yourself? So yeah, so this is what I do. So time to film. So I ended up filming 3 business videos while I was there for my Professor Wolters channel. And so what I ended up doing is I actually will film some travel stuff, some business stuff, because we do have the 2 different channels, one for marketing and YouTube education, another one is the travel channel. So I try to space them out so I kind of get videos for both so they have some good backgrounds, because I mean, let's be honest, having a background in Paris is a lot nicer than a background of a classroom, okay? So there is that, or the one where you have the people sitting in front of their computers talking, and I'm like, hey, let's show some real stuff when we film to show that, look, we're actually here, and you actually see that this is what it's like to be there, versus I'm sitting at my computer, and I'm not sure if you will believe me that I went to this place, but hey, let me talk about it. We don't like doing that. We want to make sure that we always film on location when we can. Now, for my business videos, that's not as important, but I feel for the travel videos, it is important to show people that we are there. So then you understand that, look, we're going in, we're experiencing these places. It's not just us reading about it and telling you, it's us actually going there, okay? So just give me a little heads up. And anyway, back to the family, see if they've gotten ready yet, because we have to head to the airport in a couple hours. Now, after I've been filming, if we're in a neighborhood like we really like, we stay a lot, maybe I'll do a once around and just go say bye to some of our places. Like, this is our favorite restaurant here in Montmartre we go to all the time to get the poached eggs with morel mushroom sauce. Fantastic. There's a little bar up here. We'll go have drinks. The kids will play pinball and stuff like that. So you have these little things when you travel, when you go back to the same place, to really start to kind of latch onto and become kind of part of your family or part of your travel experience. So that's why a lot of times I tell people, you don't always have to go to a new place. Sometimes you find a place like here and you just want to go back to again and again, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with going back to the same place for vacations if you enjoy it. It's a fun thing to do. So we do that as well. So I wanted to show you our favorite place, and now got to head back because really do need to start finishing up the packing. We did actually pack a few things beforehand, but I'll let Jocelyn talk about that one.
Good morning, fellow travelers. So Mark started this bright and early before I had my face on. And so I'll just tell you what we've kind of done this morning. Actually, first, last night we had both kids take showers. So it's one last thing to deal with in the morning. So they showered, and we packed up absolutely everything that wasn't necessary for today. One suitcase is all dirty clothes. The other suitcase is kind of an amalgamation of things from everybody. We put away everything except the toiletries that we would use this morning, that Mark and I would use after our shower, all 4 of our toothbrushes and toothpaste. So that's about it. We get everything ready to go as much as possible, and this is what the room looks like. Typically we have an apartment, but because we were only in Paris for 2 days this time, it was really tough to find an apartment for just 2 days. So we got a very tiny hotel room, but it's worked out fine for us. And that's about it. We're ready to go. I just have to zip my suitcase and put my purse into my carry-on bag. And I'll probably throw my jacket in there as well, because when we get home, it's gonna be cold, but here it's rather warm. As a matter of fact, I don't know how I'm gonna do it with the sweater on. It may be going in the bag too. So again, that's why you always dress in layers, right? But this is it. We're ready to go. So our kids always buy soccer balls. When you travel and you can't go on a plane with a full soccer ball, 1, pressurization may cause it to pop. 2, TSA will get after you, and there are some countries that make you like empty them all the way, like flat as can be. Others, they're just happy if it's a little bit done. So this is going in his backpack, so I've let out quite a lot of air, and that'll probably suffice. Bobby pins. Bobby pins are important for a lot of things, not just opening locks in cartoons, but letting air out of balls is definitely one of their great uses for us. So we've checked out of our hotel and we're standing here on the street corner waiting for our Uber. Typically in Paris we would just go ahead and take public transportation, but you know what, we're kind of beat and I don't really want to hassle with all of that, and so we're just going to go ahead and take an Uber. Sometimes it's easier, especially with the kids. We tend to do that more than we would, probably because we have 3 carry-on size suitcases, plus everybody's got their backpack, so it makes it just a little bit easier than dealing with rush hour traffic in the morning on the metro system. So that's it. That's where we're at. Wish us luck.
So here we are on our way. We got a nice Uber driver, nice guy, picked us up, driving us a nice safe way there. Can't complain. So we're almost at the airport. Excited to be on our way for another adventure back home. As you can tell, Caleb is super excited.
Hi! We're at the airport, pretty easygoing. It was really trafficy getting into the airport, but we managed no problem. Kids are accounted for.
There's one.
There's one. There's two.
So we got them.
Nice and grumpy.
Yeah, so remember I talked about before, sometimes we will save money by doing things like eating the croissants for breakfast. We do that so then if we do need to spend a little extra money, like taking an Uber instead of public transportation out here, we'll do that. So it's kind of a balancing act when we're going to spend a bit more and other times we're going to save. So something to kind of think about. But now we got to check in and find our gates and all that kind of fun stuff and security and all those fun things just like everyone else. So
that's it. See you in a bit.
Yep.
Okay, so we're here, we're inside the airport, and we have to find where we check in. So if you look up on the board, we look for our city, but first we go by our time. So we're leaving at 14:45. So we look for that, we look for Chicago and Air France, and it tells us that we're at check-in 4, so we're gonna go that way and go check in.
Boys entertaining themselves as we check in.
So this is when Sky Priority really pays off, because that's the line for passport control.
For without priority.
Without priority, and
this is the line with it.
This is priority, so we've got 1/10 of what that wait time is.
It wouldn't be a flight if we didn't get a plane train to get to our gate. So we're through security, we got to our near our gate. The boys are having a little snack of ice cream to get them through the day until we board. So yeah, so it's pretty normal stuff here. Nothing too exciting, just boys eating ice cream and Jocelyn giving out the peace sign. There you go. So sometimes you find other treats. What do you think of your cup of noodles, Caleb? It's pretty cool to find at the airport. Mm-hmm. Nice. Can't beat a cup of noodles. So we're heading to our gate L42. We got everybody behind us. Of course, you have the ever-present duty-free here in Paris. So anything you ever wanted, I'm sure you can get, aside from your gate, which you have to walk through all this to get to, but it's all part of the plan. So we're here in line to board, and we got our extra security check and stuff like that. So just gonna wait till they start boarding and we can get on, and you can see what it's like to board a plane. Anyway. Want to say anything?
Hi. Often on international flights, everyone has to carry their own passport and the barcode to get onto the plane. Sometimes they're even like, here at CDG, there's like gates that you have to go through. Sometimes it's just a person scanning, but this one, everyone has to carry their own. So immediately afterward, I collect everything and it goes into our handy dandy case. So everything goes in one place. I'm kind of maniacal about keeping these things together, so that we don't lose anything. They're always in the same order. The more you are organized, the easier it is, especially when you're dealing with 4 or more passports, or you can just shoot even more than one passport. It's kind of a pain in the rear end, so double check that you've got everything. Wow, that's really close, Mark. And double check that you've got everything in the same place all the time. It makes things a little bit easier. So there you go. 50 plus countries and counting with children. We manage pretty okay.
Yeah. So Liam and I are sitting here ready to take off, and Liam's got his headphones on and is already enjoying some movies, and everybody's signed up and ready to go. So we're off for hopefully a safe flight, and we'll see you all in Chicago. So Liam got the chicken, looks good. Little salad there for him. Cheese. He's plugging in his devices. You excited about your meal, Liam? Hey, Liam. You excited about your meal?
No.
No. Yeah. Not everyone gets excited about airline food. I would be one of them people that do not. Oh well. That's why I do not have anything. I just have my drink here. Because I'll wait till we get to the airport when we land. Or I'll have one of the snacks. He got the chicken. He got the chicken.
Does it look good?
Does it look good? What do you think, people? Let us know in the comment section below. Does this look good? The boys seem thrilled with the food. But I'll be honest, that chicken wasn't that bad. I gotta give props to Air France. Their food was pretty good. Or at least Liam's was, if you'd eat some. Gonna eat anything? I feel like Jocelyn's shade there. People over there won't close their windows, so Jocelyn has taken it upon herself to create a little shade for herself. Pretty fun, but effective. So, you know, remember, if you're on a flight and it's a long one, close the window so people can sleep. Or Jocelyn has to make her thing. And we're a few hours in. A few hours left. Switch to John Wick and Spider-Man. And gaming. And snacking. See, Kayla's being the best son possible. Look at that. Good kid. Let mom take a nap. Let a mom take a nap on him. Such a good boy. So after 9 hours, we're almost getting ready to land. Got the whole family here. Everyone's excited to get home. It's been a long flight, but a good flight. So now we just have passport control, luggage, card, drive, home. So the boys have been good the entire flight. Now they're acting like fools here when it's time to disembark from the plane, but can't complain. They did a very nice job. How was your flight, Liam? I don't know if he's that funny. How was your flight, Caleb? Fine. Babe?
I think Caleb was right.
Oh, there you go. I think the flight was fine. There you go. So it was a pretty good flight. No bumps, anything like that. Watched a bunch of stuff, learned a lot about France, which was cool. You have to turn the phone off because we're going through the custom stuff here. As you know, when you fly, you have to take that up. You have to turn it off because they don't want any of those things. So I'll see you on the other side. So we have made it through customs, and we were the first people in line. It was crazy. It's never been this fast, and our bags are actually early off. Not a very normal Chicago O'Hare experience. Maybe things are getting better. Maybe. Who knows? But anyway, so now we gotta go get the car and get on our way. We've been told by our friends that there's been a lot of accidents on 294, so it's gonna be a long drive home. Yay. Anyway, let you know when we get on the car. So waiting to get our ride to go pick up our car, and then we'll be on our way. Yay.
Hey, we have congestion. Traffic also head because, you know, recycled air for 9 hours makes me sick a lot. And then there's Chicago traffic, which makes me want to flip the bird all the time. I'm not. I'm doing really well with that. But anywho, hugs. Bye.
Only a few more hours and we're home. Traffic's gotten a little bit better at least, so that's nice.
Don't say things like that.
What?
When you say things like that, then look, now everybody's hitting the brake lights. Thanks, Mark.
My bad. Sorry. So, since it is past midnight in Paris time, the boys have obviously
fallen asleep on the way. We'll probably let them sleep for a little bit and then get home and try to keep them awake a little bit longer to try to help them get back into the groove. Otherwise, they'll be up at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and jet lagging kids is never fun. But we've got our
school tomorrow too.
They got school tomorrow. I have school tomorrow. Josh has got stuff to do, so we all got stuff to do. So letting them sleep for a little bit and then get them some more rest tomorrow. But look at them just zonked out. I'm sure they'll be so happy I shared this video. Luckily, as Caleb said, he doesn't watch our videos, so we should be fine. So while we're on the road, we've been up for probably, I don't know, 20 hours now. And you see me filming and doing all those things. It's been a long time since those croissants and stuff like that. And the thing is when you come in late and you've been traveling all day, sometimes you're really, really tired. It can be actually dangerous when you are driving. So we stopped to get a big Coke to kind of refreshen ourselves with a nice drink, but also get the caffeine so we can be more attentive driving and stuff like that, because it can be an issue. So if you're going to be, flying and traveling for a whole day, maybe instead of doing that, 3 or 4 hour drive home from the airport, maybe stay at a hotel, which we've actually done a couple times before when we've had just super long times. I remember when we came back from a Morocco trip, we were just so wiped out. We actually spent the night in Indianapolis, which is only a 2 hour drive from our house, but we were just pooped. So, Coke and a smile, and we're back on the road. So after 22 hours, we are back home. Jocelyn is thrilled, if you can't tell, ready to hop in bed. But it's been a long day, but it's a typical travel day for us. You get up, and this time we actually left in the afternoon. Usually we have morning flights, so it's nice to have a little bit of morning time to let the kids sleep in.
Yeah, it was cool, but I'm still exhausted.
Yeah, and that's kind of how it is, and that's why you grab the Coke. Obviously, the Coke really worked on me because I'm like wide awake right now. Did not help Jocelyn out as much, but it's okay. She'll be able to fall asleep before I start snoring, which is what's important.
Priorities, man.
Priorities. Anyway, the kids are already out. As you saw, they were sleeping in the car. They did wake up to come back in the house. By the time I got from the garage upstairs, Liam was already in his bed, like dead asleep. And Caleb was comatose-ish, but he had his phone in his hand, so I don't think he was totally asleep. But
he's texting his friends.
Yeah, but I said, put the phone down, and he did because he was that tired. So so that was our typical travel day as a family. It's not quite as funny, I think, as the one we did when it was just the two of us. But
we had a pretty easy go of it on the way home. On the way there is when we should have done this, because we had like every mess up that could happen. Happened.
Yeah, on the way there, planes issues, trains issues, then we couldn't get the tickets, then we couldn't get a spot, then we had to get a hotel because we couldn't get to Bordeaux.
Oh, and then we didn't get our room until 9:30 at night. Our room wasn't ever cleaned, and so they put us in another room. So on the way there, it was actually
that would have been a very entertaining one that you'd be like, oh, they have crappy experiences too. Yes, we do. It's luckily when we filmed it this time, it was actually a very smooth ride, but you got to roll with the punches sometimes.
I'm ready to go to bed. See ya.
Anyway, thanks for watching. Wish you all the best. Happy travels, everybody. And now you know what it's like when we travel as a family.
Bye.
Bye.
Here's a little epilogue to finish off our little video today. There's Liam. It's the next evening. It's the day after we're back. He's had a day at school, all kinds of stuff, and just came home. We had dinner. He plopped on the couch and promptly threw off his shirt and stuff and fell asleep on the couch. So we're back to the real world and real work and stuff like that in school. So all the best. Thanks for watching. Bye.